It was late at night when I reached for my wife, trying to show her some affection after a long and tiring day. Instead of responding with warmth, she turned to me coldly and said, "No intimacy, use your hand." Her words cut deeper than I expected. I stayed silent, swallowing the hurt, but inside me something shifted. The next morning, I woke up early, went through my usual routine, and prepared to head to work. My wife was still in bed, scrolling through her phone, not even acknowledging me. It was as if my presence no longer mattered to her. That image stayed with me all day, fueling a storm inside me. I thought about everything I had sacrificed for this marriage. Long hours at work, putting aside my hobbies, always prioritizing her comfort. In return, I only received distance, complaints, and now outright rejection. The intimacy that should bind us together had become a weapon she used to belittle me. By the time I returned home, I had already decided I wouldn't let her continue treating me like a disposable provider. She greeted me with her usual demand for money to cover some shopping she wanted to do. Normally, I would hand it over without a word, but this time, I stayed firm. I looked her in the eye and said calmly, "No money. Earn it yourself." For a moment, she stared at me as if she couldn't believe what I just said. Then her expression shifted to anger, her face turning red. She accused me of being selfish, cruel, and unloving. I didn't raise my voice. I simply reminded her of her own words from the night before. "You told me you won't share intimacy with me and that I should handle it myself. Today, I'm telling you, no more money unless you handle life yourself." Her anger only grew, but underneath it, I noticed something else: shock. She had grown so used to me bending, giving, and never standing up for myself, that my sudden refusal shook her. For once, she saw that I wasn't afraid of her moods or her silence. The rest of the evening passed in heavy quiet. She tried to test me, asking again for cash, hinting about bills, trying to guilt-trip me. But I stood firm, explaining that respect in marriage must go both ways. If she could deny me care and closeness, why should I break my back only to be treated like a machine? Over the next few days, tension filled the house. She cooked less, barely spoke to me, and gave me icy glares. Yet, I felt strangely calm. I had drawn a line, and I wasn't going to cross it again. For once, she had to understand the weight of her actions. Eventually, she broke down. One evening, she came to me with tears in her eyes, admitting that she had taken me for granted. She confessed that her words were cruel and that she never realized how much damage they caused. I listened, my heart torn between love and anger. I told her plainly that marriage isn't about using each other for convenience. Intimacy, respect, money, and care, these things must be shared, not denied when it suits one side. She nodded, but I could see she was struggling with her pride. For days after that, she tried to make amends, cooking my favorite meals, sitting with me, talking more gently. But in the back of my mind, I kept wondering, was this change real, or just temporary because she didn't want to lose the comfort of my support? Even now, I'm still watching carefully. A marriage can only survive if both partners value each other equally. That night when she said, "Use your hand," she broke something between us. My words the next day weren't revenge, they were a mirror, showing her the reality she had created. And whether we heal or fall apart will depend on whether she truly understands that respect and love can't be one-sided. I won't go back to being a silent provider. If she wants me as her husband, she must treat me as one, not as a wallet with no heart. In the end, my words weren't meant to hurt her but to make her see what I had been feeling for so long. A marriage can't survive if one partner gives love, care, and money while the other only takes. She realized that her rejection and coldness were slowly destroying the bond between us. After days of silence and reflection, we sat down and spoke openly. She admitted her mistake, and I admitted my own silence had allowed it to grow. With understanding, we decided to rebuild our marriage on respect, care, and balance. It wasn't about punishment, it was about learning that without mutual effort, even love can fade.